After coming back from a bridal shoot yesterday in Burlingame for this designers called Bridal Projects, I've noticed two photos that I really like. The photo that I like is the one on the bottom, and the one from the top, I really like the details. So I want to extract the details from the top photo and kind of somewhat bring it back to the bottom. I like the leaves, the plants there, and the leaves on the right hand side. I want to go ahead and drop that into the bottom photo as well. Why I like the bottom photo, because I really like how the well has the water. I like the element of water there. The white indicates that this will be the stuff that I'm going to be removing in the photograph. Back to the red, I like the hand placement there as well as how it's lit. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and cut the top photo so I can gauge what my final outlook or output should look like. So let me go ahead and drop that down here and then place it to where I want to place it, and drop down the opacity. There you go. And just kind of move it around, gauge it to the scale is proportional. Transform, and that looks good. The other side, there you go. Well, that looks kind of even right there. It looks realistic. The aim is to make it as realistic as much as possible, so it looks seamless. So what I'm going to do now is get my lasso tool and just get get the splat here and place it on the other side. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and resize it. Bring down the opacity and then kind of make it as believable and even. There you go. And let's go ahead and hide the mask and just brush away. You know what, let me delete that and get a, there you go, bump up the opacity on that, and that looks pretty good. I'll come back here to my right hand side and I'm going to select her head, and I'm just going to go ahead and resize it. Resize it some more to scale. That looks good right there. So what I'm going to do after resizing is I'm going to create a white mask and kind of just go through the head there. I'm only going to be keeping the stuff that I want. There we go. I'll take this side. I'm going to take the flowers, bring it to the other side. The workflow in this, it's pretty repetitive, taking details from one photo and bringing it to the other, but making sure along the way that they are proportional, so to keep the balance and as well as reality and then seamless look of the photograph. So let me just go ahead and delete stuff that I don't want. And here I'm just trying to gauge, same thing I was doing earlier. Alright, next what I'm going to do is that hand down below, I'm just going to place it accordingly and get my elastic tool and transform it. Remember, each time when I'm putting something on, I want it to blend as much as possible. And sometimes it can be tricky, but with this small scale of a job, it's not really that difficult. You can resize it some more. Oh, that doesn't work. You know what? I think that looks good. I'm pretty satisfied with it. Everything blends in together, so I'm just going to go ahead and crop it to how I want it and to where I want it. There we go. Here's the this is where the fun begins. Back that off. Let me. So I'm just gonna remove all the clutter here. And this photo will be my final photo. For the background, what I'm gonna do is, instead of me spending time doing the clone tool, I'm just gonna go ahead and paint over it with a black brush. Go through the leaves there. And throughout this process, I'm constantly changing my brush size, and I'm not just selecting a black foreground. What I'm doing is I'm actually selecting a color from the image itself, so it blends properly. Some parts are tedious, but like everything else, it takes time and patience. Go remove this area here. That area. I guess in this process, kind of 3 years of doing stuff like this, the eyes get strained to spot the differences and the odd colors, as well as the stuff that doesn't belong in the photo. Also make sure that there are no lines that are left, because during a print, this photo will also be printed at 20 by 30. So I don't want anything to actually shows that it has been photoshopped. Okay, with this, I'm going to show you the magnet tool and the difference between the magnet as well as the doing it through content aware. It leaves kind of white stuff all over. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to brush over it, and then with the brush tool, just go over the bricks there. Okay, I'm just fixing the flaws here. Make sure I got everything under control. All right, now that's I'm just gonna go over it with the brush at the low with the low opacity and kind of blend in the leaves there. Blend this side in, or remove those side. As well as blend the lights on this side and on the grass area. Remove whatever reflection that's been created. All right, now that's done. Now I'm thinking, now I'm wondering if I should put, let me see what I can do. If I want to put a, probably like, you know, have her reflected in the water, that could be a possibility. Let me just draw her in right here. That's the ribbon, and that's her, and that's her elbow, and another hand going through, and or the arm. And there goes that white stuff on her head. Hey, that looks pretty cool. There you go. And this will be my reflection. T-I-O-N, reflection. And there you go. And this is how photo is done. And I'll probably put the links down below for the final product.